Hello, my name is Masha and welcome to another Not With Me video. Today I am making an absolute classic friendship bracelet. This is the Daisy Alpha. This is such a popular friendship bracelet. I feel like everyone has made this at least once, and somehow I never have. This is my first time making this pattern. Can you imagine? Do you know what? It's actually a really fun and simple pattern to make because there's only 3 colors in total and there's only really 1, maybe 2 color changes per row. This is really simple to make. I have the pattern linked in the description for you in case you also want to make it. And if this is your first time watching a Not With Me video, then be warned that this isn't a tutorial. I won't be explaining how to make this bracelet here. I just simply made it. I recorded the whole thing and I sped it up into a time lapse and we are here to chat. But yeah, as I said, the pattern is linked in the description and it is a very simple pattern. In fact, I think this potentially could be the first alpha bracelet that you try. I have a tutorial on how to make alpha patterns and it's basically sort of a one tutorial that fits everything because you can't really explain each alpha pattern individually, you just kind of have to follow the pattern. But if you watch that tutorial, it explains how to follow the patterns, and this is a very simple pattern to start with. I might actually start recommending that people just start with this one. So I had a lot of fun with it. It was really quick to make as well because there's only, I think, 10-ish, maybe 12 strings in this one. Very quick. I did it super quickly and I had an absolute blast making this one. This pattern is actually one that I had on my to-do list for ages. I think I don't even remember when I added it. As I said, it's like such a popular bracelet that I've seen it around for years, and I think I added it years ago and then I just kind of never got around to making it because I'm someone who's quite ambitious. I like to make bigger projects. I like it when there's a lot of color changes. I like it when the bracelets are a bit bigger. And so that's typically what I go for. I don't typically go for smaller, easier bracelets just because I've been making them for so long that I tend to get bored when I make easier bracelets. I require a little bit of a challenge to keep me entertained, but even with that, this was actually incredibly fun still to make. So but my point is that I probably wouldn't have made this pattern in just normal, regular circumstances. I actually ended up making this pattern through the pattern roulette challenge, which is something that I started doing. I'm trying to bring challenges back to the channel. I used to do them quite a lot, and they were a lot of fun. I think with challenges, I need to have pre-filmed a bunch of tutorials before I'm able to sit down and film challenges, just because the tutorials are kind of like the backbone of my channel. Tutorials are what really people come for and people come to watch. I can't sustain my channel on just challenges, and challenges are just, you know, for fun, kind of sprinkling them in here and there. So unless I have a bunch of tutorials already pre-filmed, I don't really feel comfortable sitting down and filming a bunch of challenges, but thankfully I actually did pre-film a bunch of tutorials, which is why I'm doing a bunch of challenges now. Yeah, I really do want to bring challenges back to the channel. And one challenge that I started doing with some regularity, I mean, I've done 2 and I'm planning to do a bit more of them going forward because they've been so much fun for me. And it seems like you guys are enjoying them as well, is the pattern roulette challenges. The idea of the pattern roulette challenges is that you have like a bunch of random patterns. I say random, I pick them out. They're not technically that random. They're patterns that I picked out from my to-do list, ones that I want to make, ones that have been on my to-do list for a while, and just kind of a mix of alphas and normal patterns and stuff like that. And I put all of those patterns that I've picked out into a wheel, and then I spin the wheel, and whatever it lands on, that's what I'm making. And this is the context with which I landed on this pattern. Obviously, I was the one who added it to the wheel to begin with, so I kind of did anticipate that it might come up, but I didn't think it would, to be honest. I had like a bunch of other patterns that I thought that I considered. I don't even know how to describe it. Not necessarily that I thought would come up, but like that I hoped would come up, I guess. I didn't even think about this one seriously when I added it. I just kind of added it for it to be there. But then it did come up, and I'm genuinely so glad that it did because, as I said, it's been years. And I had a blast, so I definitely recommend this one. It also matches my nails in this video, which is kind of fun. You won't see it, maybe you'll see it when I show the bracelet a little bit closer, but on my sort of ring finger, I guess that's what it's called. I get confused with finger names in English, but I think it's my ring finger on both my left and my right hand. They have daisies on them. I've got like a pastel sort of purple theme and with some little daisies on my finger there. And I think that's really cute. But yeah, I absolutely love this bracelet. I highly recommend you make it. This is a very sort of summery, spring-related bracelet. I love making flower-related bracelets in spring and summer. It really just gets me into the mood. Spring and summer, I mean, I actually find joy in all of the seasons, but spring and summer I absolutely love. And so I've been having an absolute blast making these bracelets. So yeah, I very much recommend that. And so far, I've been having an absolutely wonderful spring. I'm traveling quite a lot through spring. As you know, currently I am in Russia visiting family, but I also did a lovely trip to Amsterdam earlier. I had an absolute blast. It was my first time in Amsterdam. I've never been there before. I went there with a friend. We took the train from London, which is so much nicer than flying. I really don't like flying. And I had such a fantastic trip. We had a great time. We were only really there for like 2 full days plus, you know, a little bit of travel days, but I ended up having a fantastic time. I was also in Tallinn for a little bit in Estonia, and I also had a fantastic time there. And now I'm in Russia with family and I'm working, so it's not technically a holiday, but I am also having a great time here. And as I am recording this, I am about to go on another trip to visit some more family. My dad, my sister, and I, we're all going to Armenia, and then we are going to drive to Georgia, and then sort of drive around Georgia for the majority of the trip and then come back to Armenia, sort of do a little bit of circle. We actually have family in Georgia. I am ethnically from Armenia and Georgia, both of those countries. My family migrated from Georgia to the USSR. My grandparents did, actually. And then we moved to the UK, and that's a whole other story. But my point is, we are ethnically from Armenia and Georgia, and we actually still have family there, and I have never been. I mean, I was there as a child. I was there when I was 1, and I got christened there, but I haven't actually ever been there since, and I am very excited about going because this is going to be my first time. I've always wanted to go, it's just kind of never happened. It's actually kind of difficult to get there at the minute, but thankfully I'm going with my dad, who is able to drive us through the mountains of the Caucasus so that we can actually arrive where we need to arrive. So I've been having an absolute blast in spring. I feel like I come alive in spring, as much as, you know, hay fever tries to bring me down. I feel like I really do come alive in spring, and that coming out of that sort of seasonal depressive phase of winter. And so when I was thinking about my travel plans for the year, I really did try to schedule a lot of travel specifically in spring, because I really just wanted to kind of seize the day when I was feeling excited about life, which is what I usually feel in spring. So I'm having a fantastic time, and I'm hoping to have a fantastic time in my next trip. So thankfully, I pre-filmed a bunch of videos. I think I made this bracelet in February, actually, and I'm only just now recording a voiceover for it. So thankfully, I pre-filmed a bunch so I can actually go and do all of these things and not worry. So yay, pre-planning, and yay, actually doing things. I'm so happy that it worked out, honestly, because I've tried doing this for so long. I keep trying to like pre-film and come up with a routine and have a system in place for all of my videos and my scheduling and all kind of stuff like that. And this is the first time I've ever been successful in actually doing it. I think it 100% has to do with the fact that my husband is helping me edit. So credit to him with that. He has been helping me massively when it comes to editing. I mentioned this in other videos as well, but yeah, my god, I can't even express how much he's helping me with that, with doing all the rough cuts of each of my videos. But regardless, just the fact that even with that, I thought that it wouldn't really happen, and then the fact that it actually did. I'm very proud of myself and of him. So yay, I'm glad that I can actually, you know, go and enjoy my holiday without worrying, because I usually do. So yeah, we're coming to an end with this bracelet. I did think oh, you can see my nails there, see how it matches? Yeah, I did think for quite a bit of like what color I actually wanted in the background. I was struggling a little bit with colors. I didn't actually have that many pastels. One of the things that I was experiencing when I was filming this is that I was running out of strings. I didn't have enough strings, and pastels is something that I ran out of really quickly because I apparently use pastels a lot. Who would have thought? I quite like using pastels. I quite like using pastels in backgrounds of alphas as well. And honestly, I thought for a really long time what I wanted to do here, and I think I settled with pink just because that was the only pastel that I actually had. But I think making a collection of these in a bunch of different pastel colors would have been so cool. So maybe at some point, maybe next year or at some point later, I might do a collection of these because these are just really beautiful bracelets, and I absolutely love how it turned out. It is gorgeous. I can't believe it took me so long to make this bracelet, especially because it was just so easy to do. I absolutely love it, and I highly recommend you make it as well. But that's where I'm going to leave you guys for today. Thank you so much for watching. I want to give a special shout out to my patrons and especially my top supporters. It is with your support that I'm able to create the videos that I do on this channel, so thank you so much for that. My book, The Beginner's Guide to Friendship Bracelets, which is a collection of photo tutorials for beginners, is also now out worldwide, and you can buy it anywhere you typically buy books, but there is also a direct purchase link in the description. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!